Hello YouTube and welcome back to another Old Flads gameplay commentary. You would have been watching Modern Warfare 3 over the top of this, but unfortunately due to the fact that the lag is awful at the moment on there, you're having to make do with some specialist gameplay off of the new Ghost Recon Online beta, which isn't so bad. Anyway, today is a bit of a response video to a friend of mine, Caleb, ThroughLidlessEye. You'll be able to check his channel in my awesome people list. He put up a video recently about Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops. I've got pretty strong feelings about this as well, so I thought I'd go with some of his ideas, discuss some of those, and put a few of my own thoughts into it as well, just to give you my perspective from someone that's played all the Call of Duties barring Black Ops. I've played them all from the word go, and all the Medal of Honors as well. I've enjoyed pretty much all of them as well, but my patience is growing thin. And I'm going to explain to you why. First of all, I think we should probably just cover the fact that Modern Warfare 3, okay, is a good game. There's no two ways about it. It's a good game, but that's all it is. It's nothing more. It's nothing less. If anyone says any different, I think you're kidding yourself. It's a good game. It's not breaking boundaries anymore like Modern Warfare, the original Modern Warfare Call of Duty 4 did. It's just carrying on where it left off. However, with the coming of Black Ops 2, which is out sometime towards the end of this year, we do see Treyarch come in again, and that can only be a good thing, because I really like Treyarch as a game production studio. I think they put the effort in, maybe because their contracts are slightly strange over in Activision, with Infinity Ward holding the Modern Warfare cards, but at least Treyarch are trying to do something with it. Unfortunately though, this is going to lead on to some issues. Now, the development cycle over at Infinity Ward is over at Activision, sorry, is 2 years, I believe, which is not a lot of time. Now, they are changing the environment big time on Black Ops 2. They're going for a futuristic setting. That's a lot of work to squeeze into 2 years, considering they don't like to deviate over at Activision. They'd like to keep their winning formula, but they're putting themselves out on a limb, so I suppose they should be commended for it, but ultimately it sounds like a lot of hard work for them, and I'm struggling to believe that with the current game engine, which they're not changing, there has been no mention of a game engine change, they are going to be just putting a new set of clothes on an old game, and that's not fair to the end consumer. By this stage of the game, the new game engine should have come out, and they should have been pushing boundaries, the same as DICE did with the Frostbite 2 engine. Although it was broken in many ways, it was still a very nice. They put the effort in, and it was nice to see it as well. So a few of the things that Caleb was saying, the graphics in Modern Warfare 3 he commended. I think the graphics are the same as they've always been. The color palettes have changed slightly, there have been a few tweaks, but the graphics are basic and standard, and again, that's down to a lack of effort. They're relying on the name, which is not fair. As I said, it's not fair to the consumer. They shouldn't have to put up with it. There should be some development effort put in, but there hasn't been. There's still host migration as well. That comes from the P2P instead of dedicated server setup they have. How they've managed to keep peer-to-peer gaming open, I do not know, because the lag you get from it is horrendous. It makes the game unplayable. That is one of the reasons, as I said earlier, that we are not watching a Modern Warfare 3 video at the moment. I cannot get anything without terrible lag, and that bothers me, because I like playing the game. It's fun to play, but I can't play it because the dedicated servers would have offered me the opportunity to check for low ping, and that would have meant I'd have had a better connection to the server, which means I would have had a better connection and a better gameplay overall, and that just seems like the sensible idea, but they're not doing it. I don't understand why. If someone could explain to me why they're still doing P2P instead of dedicated servers, please feel free to enlighten me, because it's annoying, and it's a bad thing, and people are going to get upset with it sooner or later. Even the fanboys are really going to get upset with it. Now, Caleb said that Modern Warfare 2 was a different game to Modern Warfare 3, and if you're gonna look at it from a mechanical point of view, it's not different. I don't see it being as a different game. I think it's the same game in different clothes in a slightly different setting. That's just my view on it. But the mechanics of the game are the same. The whole thing is the same. They've added a few new game modes. There's been game mode changes here and there, but ultimately it's remained. And it goes down to developer effort again, or the lack of it. I mean, they're relying on the name to sell it, and they are falling behind drastically. Now, whether they're just relying on the fact that they're going to release games for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox 720 when they're released, what, possibly Christmas this year? I think it's probably Christmas next year that they're going to be released. For making games for that, and just not bothering to put in the effort anymore for the current generation of consoles, I don't know. But ultimately, these games are the same. They are identical, and that's why people like them. They like them because it's the same game with different clothes. It's not because it's a new game. Now, if you think about it as it being a new chapter, but it's the same game in just a slightly different setting, and you're happy with that, then that's fine, obviously. Me personally, I would like to see something different from the game, something really pushing the boundaries of what they're capable of, because they've already broken the boundaries once. There is nothing stopping them from doing it again, and I'm sure that the people they have at working for them have more than enough talent between them to bring out something really changing. But as I say, they may just be saving it for the next generation of console. Who knows? The big mics thing. Okay, so I think we'll probably try and end it here. The big mics thing. People with big mics saying they don't like it. I can assure you there are people with bigger mics that do like it, and I think when you've got powerhouses such as Syndicate and White Boy 7th Street and Woody's Game Attack, these guys, and obviously the Machinima and IGN, there are no bigger microphones. These guys reach an audience of tens of millions of people. Every single video, they're plugging away at it. They love it. They love the game. They love it because it's the same. And it's those people that need to be challenging Infinity Ward and Activision and Treyarch and saying, give us something new. That give us something game breaking again, but they're not. They're just relying on the fact that these companies are drip feeding them freebies all the time, and they're letting them have it, and they're just not helping out the consumer. These people are not helping the consumer. Syndicate is trying, and White Boy does try and give his points of view across, but I think ultimately there should be not a mutiny as such towards it, because that's not fair to Activision. What there should be is there should be some more calls from the bigger mics towards trying to improve the gameplay and improve the games and push the boundaries of what is possible. Because Battlefield are trying it. Alright, they missed. Fair enough, they missed. It's a better game than Modern Warfare. It certainly is. But they still missed. There are too many bugs in that game, especially on PC, for it to be comparable properly to the Modern Warfare and Call of Duty series. They just haven't fixed it right. And that's obviously going to cause a problem because there is no competition that's really pushing them at the moment. And maybe that is why we're having to suffer all of this. But I don't know. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it anyway. Because although Black Ops 2 is coming out, and I've got these grievances against it, I probably will play it because it's a Treyarch game, and I probably will buy it because I do like Treyarch. I think they've been pretty severely done by over at Infinity Ward, over at Activision, sorry, with the whole Call of Duty Modern Warfare thing. But they're still plugging away because their games are going to sell. Obviously, they're going to sell if they've got an Activision title, but at least it looks like they're going to try and put some sort of effort into the new game. Whether it's a mistake or not, I don't know, but it is nice to see. However, that's the end. I'm going to stop now, but thank you for listening, and I look forward to hearing your comments as well on this. If you disagree, fine. If you agree with me, great. But I think it's nice that we should talk about it, and I think we should be all trying to push Activision to really bring us something new and exciting for the future. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you agree or disagree, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers very much. Bye bye.